Okay, good morning, boys and girls, or good evening, I should say. Okay, so this is going to be your homework for tonight. We are on the story Button Time once again. So for Wednesday's homework, you are to reread and answer questions 1 through 3. Reread and answer questions 1 through 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read the story, and then I will read you the questions. Button Time. Hi, my name is Amanda. I want to tell you about an adventure that happened because my brother, Zeke, lost a button from his favorite jacket. Mom, Dad, Zeke, and I were on vacation in South Dakota. We were walking down a street when Mom saw a button shop. We all went in to see if we could find a match for Zeke's missing button. Zeke and I found a small open display case that was marked Antique Buttons. We both reached out and touched a button. There was a sudden flash of light. I closed my eyes and opened them to bright sun. Everything around us had changed. We were all standing outside in a strange town. The buildings were the kind you see in old cowboy movies. Some horses grazed in a paddock behind one of the buildings. We had traveled back in time. We went into a building with a sign that read Cityville Post Office. The man who ran the post office said soon he would be heading to California to look for gold. That's how my family ended up running the post office in Cityville, South Dakota in 1849. Back then, people had to bring their letters to the post office to be mailed. Everyone also had to pick up his or her mail at the post office. We used a wood stove for heat and for cooking, and lit oil lamps for light. Life in the Old West was a lot of work. Then a peddler came to town. He was selling shell buttons that looked exactly like the antique ones in the button shop. Mom, Dad, Zeke, and I all held each other's hands while Mom touched one of the buttons. Flash! We were back in the button shop and back in this century. Okay, so you're going to reread and answer questions 1 through 3. So you're going to answer question 1, 2, and 3. Question 1, why did Amanda and her family go into the button store? A, to buy Zeke a new jacket. B, because Mom collects antique buttons. C, to look for a match for Zeke's missing button. D, because they were on vacation in South Dakota. Number 2, who's the narrator of the story? The narrator is the person telling the story. So who is the person that is telling the story? A, an unnamed narrator. G, Amanda. H, Mom. I, Zeke. And number 3, what is the meaning of the word grazed as used below? Some horses grazed in a paddock behind one of the buildings. A, ate grass. B, barely touched. C, scraped the skin. D, ate light snacks instead of full meals. Okay, so for this next one, you're going to be adding whole tens to a 2-digit number. So you're going to be doing addition, so 60 plus 77. If you need to, you can go ahead and do this horizontally. So then it would be 0 plus 7 is 7. 6 plus 7 is 13. So the answer would be 137. Okay, number 2, look at 50 plus 93. So 50 plus 93, 0 plus 3 is 3, and 9 plus 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the answer is 143. Okay, and then that's going to be it for your homework tonight. And be looking out for Wednesday's homework.